A cargo plane crashing in Kentucky, engulfed in flames, has left at least 3 people dead, and the situation is still unfolding. Follow along for live updates. The crash at Louisville International Airport is more than just an accident, it's a tragedy impacting lives and businesses. But here's where it gets controversial. Initial reports suggest discrepancies in the number of casualties, raising concerns about the accuracy of information released to the public. Uncertainty surrounds crew's fate. Earlier, Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear announced, with heavy heart, the confirmed fatalities and injuries. He stated a belief that at least 3 people had died in the plane crash, as reported earlier, and that a further 11 were injured. However, the crucial question remains: what is the status of the crew members who were on board? The governor admitted he didn't have definitive information on the crew's well-being. After reviewing the horrifying footage of the crash, authorities expressed grave concerns for their fate. This lack of clarity adds another layer of anxiety to an already devastating situation. Boeing offers support. Boeing, the aircraft manufacturer, issued a statement acknowledging the tragedy. They stated they are following the news out of Louisville and are ready to support our customer, UPS. Our concern is for the safety and well-being of all those affected, the statement continued, offering technical assistance to the National Transportation Safety Board, NTSB, which will lead the investigation into the cause of the crash. It's important to remember that the aircraft involved was an MD-11F, originally built by McDonnell Douglas before their merger with Boeing in 1997. No one believed to be trapped. During an earlier press conference, officials addressed the critical question of whether anyone was trapped in the wreckage. Louisville Fire Department Chief Brian O'Neill stated that he did not know of anybody trapped. This offers a small measure of relief amidst the devastation, but the overall situation remains critical. Cause of crash remains under investigation. Louisville Metro Police Department Chief Paul Humphrey emphasized that determining the cause of the crash is a complex process. He stated it was unclear how long it would take to secure the crash site and make it safe for a thorough investigation. Chief Humphrey explicitly stated that they would not be answering any questions regarding the cause of the crash, as the NTSB will be managing that part of the investigation. The briefing concluded without a timeline for the next update, leaving many questions unanswered. 38,000 gallons of fuel fueled the Inferno. The cargo plane was carrying an estimated 38,000 gallons, approximately 144,000 liters, of fuel when it crashed shortly after takeoff. To put that in perspective, that's enough fuel to fill over 1,200 average-sized cars. This massive amount of fuel weighed approximately 220,000 pounds, 100,000 kilograms, according to local officials. The resulting fire continues to burn intensely, and the fire department is working tirelessly to contain it. The public has been strongly advised to stay away from the crash site due to the ongoing dangers. Images capture devastation. Pictures emerging from Louisville International Airport paint a grim picture. Flames and thick plumes of smoke billow into the sky, a stark reminder of the disaster that has unfolded. Authorities confirm that the fire is still raging, and emergency responders are battling to bring it under control. The public is urged to avoid the area for their own safety. Governor's plea: stay away. Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear issued a strong warning to the public, urging them to stay away from the crash site. There may be people that still need to be rescued. Do not be the reason that the first responders cannot get to them, he pleaded. He emphasized the continued presence of dangerous, flammable, and potentially explosive materials at the scene. Crash site's location adds to concerns. Governor Beshear described the event as a catastrophic crash and an all-hands-on-deck response. He clarified that the plane was not carrying any specifically hazardous cargo, that would directly create an environmental hazard. However, he acknowledged that the impact of the crash itself could lead to such issues. And this is the part most people miss. The crash site includes a petroleum recycling business, a detail that raises significant concerns due to the highly flammable nature of petroleum. An auto parts business is also located at the crash site. He urged residents in the vicinity of Louisville to continue sheltering in place as a precaution. Confirmed fatalities, fears of rising death toll. During a press briefing, Governor Beshear confirmed at least 3 fatalities as a result of the plane crash. In addition, he reported that 11 people had been injured, with some injuries described as very significant. Tragically, he added, "I think that number will get larger," suggesting the possibility of further casualties. Later, addressing the crew's status, Governor Beshear stated, "We do not at the moment have the status of the crew. Watching that video, I think we are all very, very worried about them." Briefing imminent. Louisville Mayor Craig Greenberg and Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear were preparing to hold a briefing on the crash shortly after the incident. The latest developments from that briefing were being reported as they happened. Cargo plane crashes after takeoff. A cargo plane crashed shortly after taking off from Louisville International Airport. Officials confirmed that the plane, operated by United Parcel Services (UPS), with 3 crew members on board, crashed on takeoff. According to the Federal Aviation Administration (FAA), the McDonnell Douglas MD-11 was en route to Honolulu. Social media images showed a large plume of black smoke rising into the sky as a massive fire burned on the ground. Local police issued a shelter-in-place order for those within 8 kilometers (5 miles) of the airport. Authorities reported multiple injuries and confirmed that first responders were on the scene. First images emerged from Louisville. Early photographs from the scene showed firefighters working to extinguish a large fire at Louisville Airport following the UPS plane crash. Flight suspended at Louisville Airport. Louisville Airport, officially known as Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport, confirmed the temporary suspension of all flights. A statement posted on X, formerly Twitter, read, "At this time, all arriving and departing flights at SDF are temporarily suspended and the airfield is closed. Passengers should closely monitor their flight status via their airline's website or mobile app. All additional updates will be shared to this official account as available." Mayor calls crash an incredible tragedy. Louisville Mayor Craig Greenberg described the plane crash as an incredible tragedy that our community will never forget. He added, "We are so thankful for our brave first responders who have flooded the scene to help try and control the fire and provide support for any victims on the ground." Aircraft's age revealed. The crashed aircraft was 34 years old. It began service with Thai Airways in 1991 before being transferred to UPS in 2006. MD-11s are just over 61 meters long with a wingspan of 52 meters. For perspective, a Boeing 747 is approximately 76 meters long and has a wingspan of 68 meters. Planned retirement of crashed aircraft. The aircraft involved in the crash was an MD-11F, a large freight plane introduced in the 1990s to meet the growing demand for long-haul cargo transport. Originally manufactured by McDonnell Douglas, the company later merged with Boeing in 1997. In 2023, both FedEx and UPS announced plans to begin phasing out their MD-11 fleets over the next decade as part of fleet modernization efforts. Fire still burning, says Louisville Mayor. Louisville Mayor Craig Greenberg confirmed multiple injuries resulting from the crash and stated that the fire was still active. He was scheduled to hold a briefing soon with Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear to provide further updates. Mayor Greenberg's statement, "Rachel and I are praying for